Freight Week St. Louis is a joint partnership with the Inland Waterways IMX Conference, the Institute for Transportation Studies, and the St. Louis Regional Freightways Freight Summit. And it's a result of an initial conversation that we had with the Missouri Department of Transportation. They were in the process of finding a location for their spring session for ITTS. We were in the process of trying to launch a transportation innovation conference. And in the middle of that conversation, we decided, hey, let's try and bundle these two efforts. And then we tried to focus on what date we would want to host this. And in the course of that discussion and those efforts, we realized that the Inland Waterways IMX conference was being held this spring. And so we decided to reach out to Nelson Spencer and decide if there was any interest in trying to bundle all of these great events. And at that point, Inland Marine Expo said absolutely. And we decided we were going to do this joint partnership. It's been a tremendous partnership for a couple different reasons. And number one, it's an opportunity that when you have 2,000 industry leaders in the freight industry coming together to talk about the barge industry, interstates, freight transportation, it's an opportunity where you have these technical sessions that would typically focus on one very specific area of expertise, and now you have these three different events taking place at the same time. You're basically opening that audience to a broader opportunity for different technical sessions. And in the course of coordinating all of this, we actually had another entity who has joined us, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, because again, they wanted to take advantage of the fact that you had these freight leaders all working collectively together, a very broad opportunity of different discussions, and they wanted to be part of it as well. So not only is it an opportunity to have these freight industry leaders working collectively together, trying to figure out how the nation as a whole is going to take advantage of the anticipated 40% increases in freight volumes over the next 3 decades, it's also an opportunity for the St. Louis region to get a greater exposure of our world-class multimodal freight assets that include our 6 Class 1 railroads, our 4 interstates, our 2 international cargo airports, one of the largest manufacturing workforces in the nation, or at least compared to other comparatively sized regions, and then also our 2 international cargo airports. The Expo itself has been a fantastic opportunity for these other conferences who typically aren't exposed to this industry, and so the networking opportunity to be sharing information between all the modes of transportation, we feel that not only is it a benefit for the St. Louis region, but again, ultimately, we're trying to figure out how the nation can better compete in the world market, and this is an opportunity where you have all these freight industries working collectively together.